Made it to. I didn't trip. Good morning to family, friends, faculty, and everybody that has come here today to support us. My name is Iqrah and I will be talking a little bit about our instructors today and everyone that was a part of our journey. And I want to start this speech off by thanking every one of our family and friends for being a part of our special day and celebrating with us our accomplishments. I would also like to thank Mr. Eric Olson, Mrs. Cindy Olson, and Mr. Andrew Pratt for helping us put together this ceremony. Your selfless acts of kindness will forever be remembered and appreciated. This day wouldn't be so special without you guys. So most of us here may believe that we're here to celebrate the success of 24 graduates sitting here on the stage. And in many ways, this may be true. However, this day equally belongs to the 17 instructors, 15 incredible women, and 2 outstanding men who have held our hands throughout these past 16 months. What I originally had planned today was a short story about each instructor, about their entire lives and how they've contributed to our success with the photo collage of their journey. But we'd be here all night, and for those of you who know me, they know that once I start talking about something I'm passionate about, it's very hard to stop me. Dr. Nazareth, I put a tranquilizer dart in your box. I don't know if you got it. You can use it at any time if I get carried away. All jokes aside, it was very hard to condense the feelings and words I have about the instructors in this program into a short 5 to 10 minute speech. So it's definitely not going to be 5 to 10 minutes. And still be able to make everyone who doesn't know them or doesn't know what we have gone through to understand what we're all feeling at this moment. Because without them, there would be no success, no pinning ceremony, and no celebration. To continue to have the dedication and determination to turn a group of ordinary individuals into outstanding clinicians, term after term, cohort after cohort, is beyond my comprehension. And notice that I didn't say they turned us into hygienists, because anyone can be a hygienist. This charismatic, dedicated, powerful, empathetic, and disciplinary group of instructors have made us into a better version of ourselves. Not only did they teach us how to probe, explore, scale, root plane, and deliver local anesthesia, they taught us how to be confident, how to take constructive criticism, because we all know that most of us were unable to hear any form of it, myself included. They taught us how to be patient, believe in the system, and most importantly, they reminded us of the most commonly forgotten concept, to believe in ourselves. It all started with a modified pen grasp, which is the way that we have to hold an instrument. It's kind of like a pen, but it's not. And for some of us, the dental world was foreign. It took me personally 3 terms to figure out what a prophy really meant. And a prophy is just the name for a regular cleaning. I had no idea what they said. Every time they said prophy, I was like, what is a prophy? Finally, I figured it out. But our instructors stood by us, moving our pinkies and straightening our backs. And before we knew it, we were scaling. And we got so accustomed to that modified pen grasp, but we could no longer use a pen, highlighter, or apply nail polish without holding it like an instrument, fulcruming on something first. Then came term 2, time to work on real patients. Mother Teresa once said, "God will never give you anything you can't handle. I just wish he wouldn't trust me so much." And I think this is exactly how we all felt. Are they sure we're ready? I don't think I can handle seeing a real person, because like Miss Barnett said, student partners don't count as real people. We could do whatever we want to them. But we were convinced we didn't know what we were doing, but they did. They knew. That crazy, challenging case that walked into clinic, the one you couldn't imagine tackling, the one you wanted nothing to do with, Mrs. Bejarano gave that case to the clinician that was the most afraid. And she said, "You're gonna do it." And I was like, "Are you sure? Because one of these beautiful ladies would be happy to." "Nope, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna do all of it." And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "I'll do it, Miss Bejarano." And afterwards, I was like, "Oh my God, how is this even gonna happen?" But I did it. I did all of it. And that was all because they pushed us farther than we pushed ourselves. And that's how we learn the most. And I'm not the only one that experienced this. Every single one of these girls experienced this at a certain moment. They knew precisely what they were doing, and they had confidence in our skills. Skills we all had, but we were too afraid to use. They knew we could do it before far before we did. Through the rest of the terms, they continued to stand behind us, applauding our success, helping us build ourselves when we felt broken down, or even bringing us back down to earth when we felt like we knew it all. Until the very last day of clinic, they believed in us more than we believed in ourselves, trusted us more than we trusted ourselves, and pushed us farther than we thought we were capable of going. And needless to say, here we are, all 24 of us, each with a story, each with a struggle, and each of us has one thing in common: 17 outstanding instructors who pulled us through the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. I would like to say a few words about each instructor, and for many people here who do not know them, this would be a time for you to get bored or zone out. However, we would like you to meet our SJBC family, and I want you to pay the closest attention, because they've all become an extension of all of you. They've become our mothers, our fathers, our older sisters, and friends throughout our time here. And I want you to get to know, as brief as it may be, the reason we are all standing here today. Before we begin, I would first like to present our class plaque to Dr. Nazaroff. We're gonna continue the legacy of the classes before us, and we chose a quote that Sulma once mentioned: "She believed she could, and so she did." And that was pretty much the theme of our entire class. I'd like to present this to you, Dr. Nazaroff. And we have a little something for each of the instructors. So as I mention their names, hopefully there'll be a picture of them coming up. Dr. Nazaroff is the first one. And if they could please come up on the stage and receive a small token of our appreciation. So to start off with, the director of our program, Dr. Nazaroff. A brilliant woman with the ability to reflect that quality onto everyone that is around her. When she teaches you something, you remember, and you don't forget. Without you, there would be no 100% national board passing rate. You are the reason why all of us passed. From you, we take academic excellence. The next instructor who couldn't be here today is Mrs. Bejarano, the woman you do not want to disappoint. And not because you fear her, but because she believes you're capable, and she holds you higher than you hold yourself. From you, we take with us a drive. Miss Barnett. Oh, also, I wasn't able to photograph all the instructors, so I took it upon myself to Facebook stalk some of you. Now we can be Facebook friends because we're not students anymore, right? So add me. Miss Barnett, how could we have gotten through third term without you? You have immense knowledge and skills, yet you never imposed it upon us. Instead, you became our friend, made us laugh till our stomach hurt. And while we were laughing, we were improving, we were learning, and we were moving forward. From you, we take the fun part of hygiene. Miss Randazzo, also another one that could not be with us here today, we miss her so much. She's our dental hygienist. Without her, we could not have memorized any part of oral pathology, head and neck anatomy, or anesthesia. You made some of the most difficult subjects easy to understand. From you, we take a love for science. Miss Lang. We got to know you so well fourth term, and we're so lucky. And if anybody is trying to let something slip through a crack in class or clinic, it is not slipping through any cracks with Miss Lang. Trust me, I've tried, and she caught me every time. She is the true meaning of being detail-oriented. She is so thorough. A patient will walk in with a clear health history, no issues, and by the time Miss Lang is done with that person, they've admitted to being a smoker, being type 2 diabetic, and having 2 titanium screws in their back. All true. And she will bring it out. From you, we take the true meaning of detail-oriented. Miss Phillips, my heart. Anywhere Miss Phillips goes, laughter follows. And her laugh is by far the most contagious. Your enthusiasm and spunk has been the most refreshing thing for the 2 terms you have been with us. And if anybody's familiar with the term FOMO, it means fear of missing out. And if you hear Miss Phillips laugh on the other side of clinic, you will want to drop everything you're doing and run over there and ask her why she's laughing and what is so funny, because you want to laugh like that too. Miss Phillips, from you we take enthusiasm. Miss Smith. So calm, cool, and collected. I don't think I've ever once seen Miss Smith upset or outraged. She's been ever so graceful and patient with us, whether it may be in class or clinic. Her calmness is contagious. You can never feel intimidated with Miss Smith around. From you, we take serenity. Miss Laren. Miss Laren is such a cutie pie that you would think she's a student if you saw her initially. However, she's been a strong clinician with the best way to explain clinical concepts that we couldn't understand otherwise, all while having a full conversation about Disneyland and Anna and Elsa from Frozen. Hopefully you guys have all seen Frozen. From you, we take clinical excellence. Ms. Santucho. There she is. You taught us the true meaning of oral hygiene instruction, and not just how we should be taking care of our patients' teeth, but the best strategies to teach them how to take care of themselves. From you, we take the ability to enlighten. Ms. Salcido. If it can't be done, Ms. Salcido will find a way. She will spend 3 clinic sessions figuring out an intraoral camera, and then she will call you from class to come downstairs and show you that she did it. A truly dedicated hygienist and instructor who will go out of her way to make things work out for you. From you, we take the ability to never give up. Ms. Patton, you prepared us for real-life hygiene by always pointing out what will work in private practice and what won't. You pushed us to be better clinicians, but more importantly, better people. You always told us to have faith. From you, we take confidence and faith. I'm almost done, guys. Ms. Burgos, you are ever so patient with us and always take your time to sit down and watch what we're doing. You demonstrate what works best and what doesn't, and give us little tips that aren't always conventional. Bite, Ms. Burgos would say. And we bit. We moved our hands and wrists in the complete opposite way that she asked us to, but we bit. And she waited patiently until we got it. From you, Ms. Burgos, we take patience and biting, whatever that means. Ms. Montes de Oca, the one who knows where everything is and who can fix it all, who's always demanded on but always maintains a smile. Orakex, orale. Without this woman, the entire clinic would fall apart. And even though she likes to maintain this rough exterior, we all know she's a softie at heart and that I'm her favorite. Miss Leon, the woman with the plan and the woman who always, always saves the day. She knows what kind of patient we need and when we need them, and she will find a way to fill our empty chairs when we need it the most. Miss Leon, you have truly been a savior. Miss Alexander, the first person we all talked to when inquiring about entering this program. She encouraged us, put up with our demands and millions of emails, and became a friend we could always turn and talk to. Without your guidance, we surely would not have made it. Last but not least, our dentist, Dr. Filippelli, the perio genius, who didn't just teach us pharmacology and perio, he spent countless hours preparing us for real-life hygiene, real-world situations, and dental office dilemmas. Dr. Filippelli, from you, we are prepared for real life, which he also could not be here today, but we're thinking of him, and hopefully we'll see him in East Clinic. Dr. Miller, our cool guy dentist, who always made himself available to help us, who was always in a good mood and stuck around until the last minute of clinic to make sure we didn't need anything from him no matter how tired he was or how long a day it had been. Dr. Miller, from you we take true compassion. Is everybody still awake? Clap your hands. Stamp your feet. Almost done. You see, anyone can read words on a PowerPoint or teach mechanical skills to someone. That's the easy part. But it takes a lot more to help someone truly succeed. Success isn't only measured by a percentage on a test or how smooth you can get a tooth after scaling. It is measured by who we become at the end of it all. And even though every time an instructor called out a residual piece of calculus that we missed and we all died a little inside every single time, each one of these instructors holds a piece of our success today, and we carry a piece of each one of them after we leave that classroom or that clinic floor. Today, as compared to 16 months ago, it is safe to say that we are all wiser and stronger. And not only that, we are inspired. Inspired to continue to be a better version of ourselves, and one day be the woman who, like them, helps the girl who thinks she can. Thank you.